Structure and functioning of neuron. Let's identify the different part of the neuron by labeling them. This is cell body, these are dendrite, this is axon, and these are the nerve terminals. Here this is the cell body of neuron. We can observe a nucleus in the cell body. We can also observe branches that are arising from the cell body. These branch-like structure arising from the cell body are called dendrites. Here we find a long fiber extending from the cell body. This long fiber is called axon. At the end of the axon, we will find some small branches called as nerve endings. So the tips of the axon are called nerve endings or nerve terminals. Now let's see how the nerve cell function. What is its role? What is its function? How does this nerve cell helps us? Nerve cell help us in transmission of information from one part to another part of our body. Let us understand this with the help of an example. We see an object with our eyes. The visual information of that object is to be carried to our brain to recognize that object, then how the information is carried from eye to brain. That is by nerve cells. The dendrites of the neuron receive the information. The axon passes the information to the next neuron. Then the dendrites of a neuron, by receiving the information, they start a chemical reaction that generates an electric impulse. This electric impulse travels from the dendrite to the cell body and then along the axon and finally reaches the nerve ending. The nerve endings are not directly connected to the other neuron because there is some gap between one nerve cell and the another nerve cell. So this gap, this junction is called the synapse. Here is a question. If the neurons are not connected to one another, then how the electric impulses pass from neuron to another neuron? Let's see at the end of the axon, that is at the site of nerve endings. The electric impulses triggers the release of some chemicals. That means the electric impulse is converted to some chemical. These chemicals, they cross the gap, they reach the dendrite of next neuron. So they create similar electric impulses. When these chemicals reach the dendrite of next neuron, there a similar electric impulse is created. This electric impulse passed from the dendrite to the axon. Again it travel throughout the axon family, reaches the nerve endings. So finally